Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a perfect mix of all the things that one would want in a smartphone. It got a very powerful camera system and a super responsive display and exceptional battery life. But that's not all. The iPhone 13 Pro lineup got a very long list of high-end features. So in this video, we'll do the review and also let you know what you must know about the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max lineup. First, we'll start with the display. So we're talking about the display. The iPhone 13 Pro, I got a 6.1-inch screen, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max, I got 6.7-inch screen diagonally, so it's noticeably bigger. If you want a bigger phone, then the Max is what it will be. But if you're okay with 6.1, then that's fairly good. But the big thing in the display for the Pro line this time around is ProMotion. So ProMotion makes the display to really look very beautiful, and the animations are really smooth, and the graphics are crisp. And if you have to scroll on the phone or something like that, you notice that it feels and looks really good and very fast. And now we talk about the battery. The battery, especially for the Pro line, it really got a big upgrade this time. But I did some tests with both phones and using it for like a whole day from morning time, and I did a kind of a ton of 4K videos, 4K, and that's like what can really wear the battery down much. But at the end of the day, I saw that like some 20% is remaining of battery life, and that's pretty good. So it all depends on your usage of the phone, either the Pro, but the 13 Pro Max is bigger, and the battery obviously is bigger inside. And despite your usage, I would think that this phone should be able to on an average usage, should be able to carry someone to the next day, and it should be fine. So battery is fine. It's a good upgrade this time. So this time, the iPhone got a very impressive camera system. The main camera is a wide, and there is the ultra wide camera as well, and there is the telephoto camera. Though we're going to try to concentrate on macro photography for a moment. So macro photography is something beautiful that's normally done on the SLR cameras and using powerful lens, but it's now brought to the iPhone. So the way it happens is that you come very close to the subject, maybe a flower or something like that, and the camera does all the work by itself. It automatically switches to the ultra-wide camera. And the beautiful thing is that the phone can get as close as 2 cm, just 2 cm can get as close as that. I got some videos and some photos that we show that in detail. Now we talk about cinematic mode, and this is something beautiful that come to the iPhone. And cinematic mode, for us to understand very well, is just like portrait mode that we've come to know and love. In portrait mode, you take a photo and it focuses on the subject, and the surrounding is kind of becomes out of focus or kind of taken away, and it creates something beautiful. So in cinematic mode, the camera does something like that. However, it does this as on 1080, 30 frames per second, but it focuses on the subject. And actually, the iPhone is like kind of gone to cinematography school, so we don't have to do that. So you can use this to make a very beautiful like movie or whatever. And the iPhone chooses the subject to focus on, or you can tap the subject to focus on, or the iPhone focuses on that subject, and other things in the background are taken out of focus, creating that beautiful bouquet that you see in cinemas. And this is really very beautiful to look at. So if that's something that you enjoy, you can try it out, but it's not available yet in 4K. We'll hope maybe in the future Apple is going to make that available in 4K. So another beautiful feature of the cameras in the iPhone 13 Pro line that Apple has introduced via the update of iOS 15.1 is ProRes. Now ProRes is a very beautiful one, taking advantage of the powerful camera of the iPhone 13 Pro lineup. Now what ProRes does in terms of videos is like what raw photos does in just pictures. Instead of JPEG image that has been so compressed and you get less detail, photographers use raw. So Apple has introduced ProRes. So generally, the iPhone 13 Pro and Max, they can shoot HDRO videos, Dolby Vision, at 4K up to 60 frames per second, and this is very beautiful. But if you want to take advantage of ProRes and have that raw files that are not compressed, then that can be done at this time 4K at 30 frames per second. But still, it is very beautiful. We got some footage to show that. And this is something that is really very beautiful. And this is something that is done normally also in very high-end cinema cameras. But Apple has brought that to the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max. And that's really good. So this is ProRes video. Very high quality uncompressed video in 4K 30 frames per second. Look at the quality of the videos. But it's good to know that you gotta have up to 256 gigabyte before you can have ProRes 4K 30 frames. If your iPhone is 128 gigabyte, then you're gonna have 1080 30 frames per second for ProRes. Please take note of that when you make your choice. So you can see the quality of the videos. If you're a content creator or something like that, yeah, the iPhone 13 Pro lineup surely can do the job. It's really amazing what you can do with the iPhone. And this is a night shot, fireworks, just to show you can also use the iPhone at night. The iPhone 13 Pro, the lineup prices start at $999 all the way to $1599 for the high and 1 terabyte for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So that's something to consider, the prices. Both phones are good. It depends on one's preference. Do you want the big screen size of the iPhone 13 Pro Max, or are you okay with a little bit average form factor of the iPhone 13 Pro? So both phones are pretty good. We do a little bit of highlight down the video of some extra fixtures of the iOS 15.1 all the way to 2 that is important for you to know as well. So generally, when you lift up your camera towards a document or debit card or anything like that, the scan it icon is there, and it can grab the messages. You can just copy, and if you want to use it in notes, you can paste it there, and this works. Whether you got a maybe debit card or credit card, business card or something you like to scan, it works. Just want to put this tip across. Generally, the iPhone 13 Pro lineup is pretty good, and the notch is still there. It's still very visible. So that's something that I hope that Apple will work on the notch, maybe take it out, and maybe iPhone 14 Pro or 15 Pro or whatever, something like that. But this is review. This is Enitech, and we encourage you to like the video if you got value out of it, and please subscribe. Get your friends and others to come to Enitech to watch more videos like this content that we'll be covering in the technology space and investment. And please comment, put your comments below, and if you have an idea of videos, some stuff that you'd like to learn about or you'd like to know more, please put it in comment, and we surely do that. Until next video, thank you very much. This is Enitech.